Sometimes players are stupid. Really, really goddamn stupid. So stupid, it hurts to even think about. So, DMs and players alike, what was a moment so stupid that it still hurts you to think about? Part 2. I run a tabletop club for the high school that I work at. High schoolers make for the best and the worst players. In the past, I dealt with the PCs being dumb by keeping the kid gloves on. Enemies would make tactical blunders on the regular and would essentially line up to die. This started to get particularly bad over the 2020 to 2021 school year, so I decided, well, I was done with it. They would learn how to play tactically and with each other, or, well, they would be forced to roll up new characters. So my players are in a dwarven city with some downtime. 2 PCs decide to head to an arena for some blood sport. They sign up to fight some goblins and to earn extra money. Decide on 8. The players are a level 5 barbarian with a Vorpal sword and a level 4 druid. The player forgot to level her character up before the game. The players enter from one side and the goblins from the other. One of the goblins is bigger than the others, barks orders at the others, who take positions behind barricades and circle the players. The barb runs straight through the middle of the whole arena and just throws a javelin at the bigger goblin. And the shot misses. The druid runs off to the side to attack a pair of goblins with her quarterstaff. All goblins in range of the druid shoot at her with their short bows. A few shots hit, 1 crits. The goblin boss and remaining gobos will shoot straight at the barbarian, and the boss hits. The barb proceeds to chase the boss all around the arena, taking chipping damage, while the druid runs from random point to random point, all while getting peppered with arrows. Druid goes down, gobos finish her off. They killed me before I could cast any spells. Barb, why didn't you help me?
I am helping. I need to kill the leader.
The barb is now getting peppered with arrows as he chases the boss. No goblins have been killed yet. Finally, he kills the boss with a lucky crit and begins working on the other goblins. Barb wins the fight with single-digit HP. Other players now ask him why he didn't rage. Well, meanwhile, 3 PCs decide to head to slums to look for places to gamble. One PC is a winged tiefling and flies everywhere. The other is a tabaxi. A random dwarf throws a stone at the pretentious fucker flying 10 feet off the ground over a crowded street. Tiefling lands and demands to know who would dare throw a stone at him. Well, an older dwarf with a bandolier of daggers worn openly steps forward and tells him that nobody threw any stones and to piss off back the way he came. Tiefling assumes this means the older dwarf threw the stone, threatens him. Tabaxi catches up to Tiefling, realizing they're on gang turf, and diffuses the situation. The Tiefling, however, insists on finding the gambling den within the gang turf. Begrudgingly does so on foot at the Tabaxi's insistence. PCs finally find the gambling den, and guess who's in charge? Tiefling asks to play. Old dwarf smiles and explains the rules of the dice game. Tiefling suddenly decides he doesn't want to play. Dwarf says that one of them is playing, as grunts circle around to block the exits. Well, the Tabaxi decides to play. Tabaxi player realizes the trick to winning the game. I included it so they'd actually win, wager big, and then the dwarf would cheat. Tabaxi wins a few small hands, dwarf ups the ante. Tiefling decides to attack one of the grunts to steal the pot in the confusion. Downs one grunt, but then gets jumped by the older dwarf and a second grunt. Old dwarf is a rogue. Tiefling gets hit with sneak attack damage. The Tiefling's out cold. Tabaxi grabs him and hauls him out of the gambling den. Dwarves don't pursue. Now, the Tabaxi is confused at first, but then he remembers that the pot and both their coin purses are still in the gambling den. Tiefling's player is going absolutely apeshit over being stolen from. He's standing to lose something like 300 gold pieces and demands that the Tabaxi go back to get his money. The Tabaxi, who basically had 2 gold pieces before this ordeal, decides that this is an acceptable loss and drags him to a clinic. I worry about the next generation.
Us D&D players can never really get enough. Whether you play 3 times a week or once a month, part of you always craves more. We get our fix however we can, by watching short stories online, D&D live streams, Baldur's Gate. Well, allow me to offer you something new. The best available follows a party of new adventurers trying to make a name for themselves in hopes of being sponsored in a competition. Waterdeep's Festival of Heroes, which sees the chosen parties delving into the depths of Undermountain, risking life and limb to suppress the evils and monsters below to protect the city above. The Dungeon of the Mad Mage is filled with danger, treasure, glory, and mysteries yet to be revealed. Come watch the journey from humble beginnings into heroic legend as we adapt a campaign years in the making into an illustrated web series with art from Doodle Poodle, author of Tales from the Tables. We pride ourselves in converting hours-long sessions into smoothly paced episode with limited animation, music, blood, sweat, and tears. Get in on the ground floor of something great and join the Forever DMs table today. Link in the description.
Idiot player gets mildly annoyed at one little thing during the session because he didn't understand it. He doesn't ask me about it, doesn't even mention it, just stops showing up to the game without a word. Fast forward several months after the stopping showing up, he starts messaging me, furious about that one little detail. I tell him what it's about. It takes like 10 seconds.
Oh, really? I didn't know the sword was made by a dwarf. Now it makes sense.
He starts coming to the session like nothing happened. I'd say something, but he'll probably rage quit again soon enough, and that'll be an easier way to get rid of him than making a deal out of it myself. I made my own homebrew system. This player cheats in nearly every other game he plays in. Small, big, obvious, it doesn't matter. He just can't seem to resist it. Player makes a character in my homebrew system and I design him some really cool, borderline overpowered gear. Player literally cheats beyond belief in front of me, whether it be fudging numbers or literally changing the stats for the custom cool stuff that I made for him. And of course, let's not forget my favorite part of all this, which is the cherry on top of his incredibly brazen and almost flat-out stupid cheating. He says he has a bunch of points in a skill that doesn't even exist in this game! Now, I don't know if I'm more annoyed that he cheats or insulted that he's not being smarter about how he does it. Our party just added a new player, and it's been, well, you'll see for yourself. We play Pathfinder, high five. And as you may know, Paizo's goblins are now core to the world, and some in-world stuff happened to help that change settle in. But we still play first edition. So we have me, a gnome fae bloodline sorcerer, a kitsune fighter monk, a gripply ninja, and a human cleric of Shaylin, the goddess of love and art. So we let this guy in and he wants to play a wizard. No problem. So anyway, we get to the meat of the story and we're role-playing with the people around town. And this wizard grabs the shopkeeper we're befriending and screams,
Where's the dungeon? Where is it?
And the shopkeeper is like, underneath the jail? And the wizard gets all mad and out of nowhere starts going off on this rant about how Sir Gary never said we could do stupid city stuff, and these NPCs should all be killed for experience and their loot is treasure, but we shouldn't have it just laying around where we can easily kill them. Oh no, and there has to be a dungeon. And then he wants to fireball the party because we're all special snowflake monsters. Oh my god. Oh, and that the cleric should fall because Gripply aren't pretty and artful, so his god won't support him. Then he tells the DM he wants to start enslaving people with charm because it's not chattel slavery. My group is all pretty passive, so it'll be an uphill battle to get this kind of crazy kicked out. I play a gun tank. The rest of the party consists of a min-maxed rogue, a witch, and a chaotic, stupid half-orc fighter. Everyone understands the game, knows how to play, and can follow along with the game. Except for the fucking half-orc. After a year of playing, we have to hold this idiot's hand every session. I have personally explained how to roll attacks on 3 different occasions. He does not understand the basic storyline, which currently consists of find person, save person, kill bad guys, get paid. He cannot visually tell his dice apart, continually makes the kind of tactical errors I would expect from my toddler, and is personally responsible for 2 partial party kills and almost got his 3rd last night. He gets confused when we call him out for metagaming. He does not understand metagaming, despite all of us having to explain it to him on several occasions. He has confused my inventory for his twice and gotten mad when I explained to him that he couldn't use my guns. He also contributes little to nothing to the group by the way of food, snacks, beer, etc., despite making quite a bit of money. Well, the DM gave him a special item that gives him a few bat powers. He now speaks like Batman in character. Oh god, no. He is fucking horrible at it. I want to kick him from the group, but then we'd be down to 3, and he does soak up some damage for me. He's also good friends with the rogue. I cannot stand his vapid expression, and he gets confused the second we suggest or tell him to do something other than literally standing there. It makes me feel like an asshole. But seriously, it's like he's incapable of giving any sort of effort at all. I can't believe he's real. We're playing Dark Heresy. One guy is playing a Harlequin. He's a generally cool dude, but occasionally does some really stupid things. One session, we send part of the cell to undercover as corrupt priests to try and get dirt on a noble family dealing in cold trade. 2 priests ace their part, but our Harlequin player can't be bothered to look in the rule book and get info for his cover story. Nobleman innocently asks what his rank is, like a normal, sane individual. Dude blows his cover, can't manage to say, "I'm a cleric," proceeds to threaten the nobility, saying they'll call in the Ordo Xenos if they don't give them what they want. The player with the highest fellowship, told to roll charm, miraculously passes. As they leave, the GM says the only reason they're alive is the other priest bailing them out. Otherwise, the noblemen would have had their ship blown up. Same guy, Deathwatch game. We were fighting an epic boss based on Virgil from DMC5, Devil May Cry. Our squad getting decimated, but the Blood Angel Assault Marine is holding his own. Same dude playing the Harlequin in the other game is playing a Storm Warden Librarian in this one with a special ability, and can manifest other people's weapons and use them. Kind of cool. He manifests the boss's weapon, launches it at him, causes an explosion that kills everyone in our party except one guy. GM, not wanting something that stupid to TPK, says we burn a fate point and miraculously survive the blast. Not even mad about that one. It was hilarious. Hey everybody, Brian Von VA checking in after the vid. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, ring that bell, and let us know down in the comments below. What was a moment so stupid that it still hurts to think about? We love you all. See you next time. Bye for now.